What's up everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai here with a review finally on the correct Tom Ford foundation. I finally have the Tom Ford Traceless foundation stick. If you saw my Tom Ford Traceless foundation review that I did at first, I was like, oh, this is not the right foundation. But I ended up getting this one from my Nordstrom. I know they sell Tom Ford cosmetics at pretty much any high-end department store. So Nordstrom, Saks, Neiman Marcus, Barney's, they pretty much sell it everywhere. And Tom Ford is high-end, girl. So this foundation is 0.5 ounces and it retails for $82. 0.5 ounces pretty much is the standard for foundation sticks. Pretty much foundation sticks are more pigmented and more concentrated than a liquid foundation, which the standard size for a liquid foundation is about 1 fluid ounce. So here's the foundation rolls all the way up so you guys can see how much you actually get. They also said that this can be used as a concealer. Any creamy products also can double as a concealer and your foundation. Don't put your makeup products in a little bitty box to where you only use it for what it's intended for. Makeup is fun. You can do so many things with your makeup. So you can use this as your foundation or as your concealer. So this foundation is obviously in the Tom Ford traditional packaging. So let me go ahead and give you an overview of the packaging. Like most stick foundations, it comes in a cylinder packaging and it is in Tom Ford's signature bronzy brown packaging with the gold trim. It does say the name of the foundation on the front. We have the Tom Ford embossing at the tip of the top. So this foundation is really luxurious. It comes in 12 different shades, but I can wear this one, and the liquid foundation that I tried was just a touch too light. So that may be something that you want to make note of before you order it, or if you could, go into the counter and play with it first. So this is the color 08 Caramel. It is pretty much spot on my perfect color. Sometimes on camera my foundation looks a bit wonky, but in real life it pretty much always matches. I have a demonstration showing you guys like kind of how it applies, and you can see how much I used of it. My initial thoughts of this foundation are that it's medium coverage. So even though it says that it can be sheer, medium, or full coverage, to me for this foundation to be full coverage, I would have to apply a little bit more than I would want to of my $82 foundation. So I feel like I would just be swiping and swiping and swiping to build, which obviously you can build it, but girl, I don't want to use that much of an $82 foundation and have to repurchase it like that. So I want a little bit to go a long way. But now when I applied this foundation, it really reminded me a lot of the consistency of the Makeup Forever stick foundation, which is about half of the price. Plus they have a little bit more of a color selection, not a whole lot. But this one, I just applied it straight from the tube and swipes on my face, and I was able to get medium coverage from there. And then I went back and I applied it in certain areas where I still felt like you see some of my imperfections. Now this foundation was a little bit drier. It's like your traditional foundation stick. So the pigmentation is there, the way it glides is there. It's very nice. I do like this foundation. However, I don't know that I would go out and tell you to spend $82 on it unless you are just a Tom Ford fan like myself. I love Tom Ford, so I want to have something in every aspect of his line. So I would like to have complexion products. I want to have a powder. I want to have a blush. But if you're just not there with Tom Ford and you don't really feel comfortable spending $82 on a foundation, I'm not going to say that this foundation is going to change your life in that realm. I definitely feel like you can go with the Makeup Forever foundation and get the same results. But that being said, I do still like this foundation. It's just the price tag for it is not that magical. It is a good foundation, it's just not magical. But I want to go ahead and cut to the clip where you guys see me applying the foundation, and then after that I will check back in to let you guys know how this foundation is wearing. Currently when I applied it, it was not oily, so I do not anticipate this foundation being very oily throughout the day. If anything, like I said, it's a drier formula, so people who have oily skin, this may be something that you like. Now I don't see any key claims for this foundation to have any oil control properties or anything like that, but while I'm gone, I will be researching further so I can provide you a little bit more information about it when I find out different things. But until then, these are my initial thoughts, and I will check back in. So enjoy. I'm going straight in for it. I rolled it up just a little bit, and I'm just going to do a few glides on my face. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, it glided pretty well. So I have a dampened beauty blender with water, and I'm going to use the butt of the beauty blender to blend this out. Okay, with that, I feel like I got really decent coverage. However, I do feel like I see a little bit of my imperfections. So with those initial swipes, I do feel as if I got medium coverage. So I'm going to go back over areas where I see a little bit of discoloration to add a little bit more, which is mainly like my lower face. This foundation does feel very lightweight and breathable, so that is an added bonus, since a lot of stick foundations can feel very heavy because they are fuller coverage foundations. They typically have a lot of like oil and like just saturation in them, so it makes them feel a little bit heavier on the skin, whereas this one feels very light. I cannot feel it on my skin at all. So I do want to go ahead and finish off my face, and then I'll be back and I'll tell you some more of my thoughts regarding this foundation. Okay, so I've had the foundation on for quite some time now, and it is wearing beautifully. I really like the finish of it, and I feel as if my skin looks really nice. It does not feel cakey, which is really important, because if you're like me, you're really big on texture, and if something feels very cakey and heavy and like you can just scratch it off your face, 9 times out of 10 you're probably not going to like it. But overall, I do really like the foundation. It is an $82 foundation, but like I said earlier in the video, if you have the Makeup Forever foundation, I feel like that is super comparable, unless you're just a mega Tom Ford fan like me. This foundation is very nice. It glides on. The color is impeccable. I know that everybody is not going to be able to find their perfect shade, given that there are only 12 different colors. So if you can, definitely go to a Tom Ford counter and check it out first. But anyways, I do like the foundation. I do think it looks nice. My skin looks smooth. It doesn't emphasize any texture. It goes on very nicely. It glides on my face. It is a little bit drier, so if you're a person with super dry skin, it may cling to your dry patches. However, I don't notice that on my skin right now. I feel like my complexion looks really even. My makeup products apply very well over top. I don't feel like they skipped. Sometimes with foundations, my makeup, like my blushes and highlighters and all that good stuff, will skip, and I didn't feel like it did that with this foundation. So overall, it's a really good foundation, and I'm liking it. Tom Ford did not disappoint with this foundation. So let me know down below if you guys are going to get this foundation. I know quite a few of you guys were really excited for me to do this review, so let me know if you decided to pick up this foundation in the comment section. I love to know what you guys are buying, and if you have any new recommendations for me to try out, definitely leave them down in the comment section. But if you like this video and this series, make sure you thumbs it up, give me a comment, and share it with your friends. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Smooches. Bye.